guys for coming. Okay. My disclaimer na before I start. Okay, I'm socially awkward, just so you know. I'm not used to events such as this, but I say yes more often than not if I get invited to talk. Okay, before the slides, okay, I'm gonna tell you a little something about myself. I started at a very young age. I started as I used to be a singer, but yeah, after that, no. Okay, okay, my first job as a writer was at ABS-CBN. I was only 16 at the time. Don't ask me what my age is now. But I do have a showbiz age. I am 26. Pwede pa, diba? So anyway, okay, so I don't know if you remember ang TV, but that was my first writing job. So yeah, yung mga S-Musky, yan. Kami nagpauso niyan. And so, so since then, nagsusulat na ako different types of, I've written articles, press releases, I did copy work for an ad agency, among other things. Basta marami na ako experiences in writing. And so, yung i-discuss ko lang siguro ngayon, yung when 2000, nung na-start ako ng 2005 as a spoken word artist. Yung mga projects na nagawa ko so far. Okay, so that's me. And then, next slide is, I'm gonna talk about my album, Romancing Venus. Oh, okay, thank you. How do you do this though? I'm not very techy. Okay. There. Ah, cool. Okay. I should get it. Okay, Romancing Venus Volumes 1 and 2. Okay, my first album, yung Romancing Venus, basically is a spoken word album, and then the proceeds went to the Women's Crisis Center. We're still selling some of the CDs there. Okay, a bit of a history regarding that album. Heartbroken ako at the time. And so I had nothing to do, and I just wrote my feelings out. And so parang I asked my friends, sabi ko, can you guys help me out? Because I'm going through a lot, and I just wanted to write. So my friends told me, like celebrity friends, sila Angel Aquino, they gave me an advice. Na, sige, why don't we record your poetry? And so, ayan, the birth of Romancing Venus Volume 1. And then the following year, I released Romancing Venus Volume 2. It's a compilation of spoken word pieces written by me, and then recited as performed and sung by powerful women musicians and poets, as well as politicians. And, okay. Okay, how do you do this? There. Okay, after that, I released Because Pilipinas. It's about, it's a spoken word album on Philippine culture. Okay, this is a video. How should I play this? Just click on it. Oh, okay, there. This has been aired at Mix. Okay, where did it go? So, kwento lang about this video, ano siya, so it was played at Mix, and then yung director nito, sobrang famous na niya ngayon. There you were, staring with your innocent eyes. In disguise. If I had a third eye, I would have pierced you with indifference. You looked at me as if I could feel
fill your pockets with pearls. My head swirls at the sight of your hail, burning my poor soul with your fallen dreams. Why did my screams drift like dust in the wind when I'm undead? Oh God, why did you turn your head against me? Must a woman cry many times for men to have pity?
So yun, si Sunny Lim Jr. is a director, and at the time he was still in school at Lyceum College, and then he approached me saying he wanted to produce a video for me. Okay, there. Okay, so 10 years ago, I hosted a show on Jam 88.3. It's a spoken word show. The station manager approached me, telling me that I've been looking for you. I wanted to produce a show for you. And I was like, and then I told him at the time, but I don't host. I'm not used to talking to people. This is actually overwhelming for me. But sabi niya, hindi, kaya mo yan. And so he gave me the show anyway. So far successful naman yung program. And I was nominated at the KBP Golden Dove Awards for Best Program, and as well as what's the other one? Catholic Mass Media Awards. And I was also nominated as Best Host. Can you believe it? Okay. So, okay, next slide. Okay. This album, In Transit Meets Toronto, these guys approached me to do a collaboration project. All the way from Canada, they went here, set up a meeting with me, and then decided to fund the project. Okay. And then this is another album. This was released last year. It's called Southversive. I gathered different spoken word artists who are based in the South. And yeah, this is our collaboration. Picket Lines Dialogues Between Eves, Among Eves, and For Eves is a coffee table book. We gathered 100 women and then wrote poems on their bodies. And then this is my channel, Thank You Man's Classroom. We're currently on hiatus, but we're gonna release more episodes next year. So this is my show there called Forward and Byword. We have Principles of Principle as well. It's a philosophical talk show. We talk about things you don't usually talk about on media. May mga topics kami on masturbation, suicide. The suicide episode, our first question there was, why haven't you killed yourself? So mga thought-provoking yung questions namin. So there. And then we also have a show called Art Is. We interview different artists. Okay. Random Fandom is a show for geeks. And the Museum of Randomly Perfected Broken Bodies is a dark storytelling show. Pass the Message is a show about languages. So if you're into Thum, the dragon language, Dothraki, among others, the geek languages. So yeah, we have that show. Mind Over Matter is basically studying how people think. And this is my musical. Actually, naisip ko lang yan randomly. Na parang I wanted to produce a musical. And sabi ko, bahala na. Parang how am I gonna put this together? It's a huge project. But it so happened, I was able to get funding for it. And then, yeah, it was shown at the Picasso and also at the Venice Grand Canal, McKinley Hill. And then we also have a podcast, Romancing Venus Radio, for women, by women. So different shows, Midnight Matilda, it's all about serenades, the Idris Show, Women Geeks. Triath Chick is about the chase. New Women is anything related to New Age. Alone is not a lonely word, is for singles only. And Before Delirium is about anything and everything positive. So there. Eve of the Grey, the graphic novel, is being sold there. That's my first graphic novel. And this is my first ever trip abroad. I was invited to perform at the Hyderabad Literary Festival last year and at the Nazariya International Women's Film Festival of India. And then I was featured at the Times of India, May 2017, and with a performance at the Gallery Cafe. And then I was also invited to perform at the ASEAN Literary Festival in Jakarta and Kalinga Literary Festival in Bhubaneswar, India last year. And this is my second novel. Yung publisher ko is there, si Bon Labora. Okay, yung project na to is based on my experience in India. So, ayan. Ano yan eh, Bon, explain mo na lang mamaya. It's very interactive actually. What do you call that one? Yung book? AR. Isn't it VR? Augmented. So it's augmented reality. So you just need to download an app and then pag tinapat mo yung phone mo dun sa book, magmo-move yung images. And then because Pilipinas, the album is also collective. We released this June of this year, and then it's out on Spotify, iTunes, and Deezer. There. Okay, and I'm back on radio. Okay. Okay, that's my initial airing Tuesdays, but now Mondays midnight. So do check out the program, and then their publicity. Okay, so I think that's the last of it. Okay. So, ayun, ano nga, what else am I gonna tell you about myself? Okay. Medyo rock and roll ako with, when it comes to production, I don't really count the cost. The reason why I do all of these things, why I create and create and create, is because these things don't let me sleep at night. Whenever I come up with something, you know, when you're passionate about something, it doesn't really let you sleep. So parang, I really have to do this. And then I would call my friends and go, guys, can you help me out? Because I have this idea. And then whoever is willing to help, it's pretty much collaboration work between me and my friends. Depending on what I come up with, whether it's a book or like an album. So far, everything's paid off. So whatever I earn from the first project and then succeeding projects, yun lang, ganun lang pagpa-fund ko. Pag ikot-ikot lang ng kasi basically my goal is to just share what I know to the rest of the world. And yeah, I hope we do more of those, yung collaboration work with other people. Okay. I hope you learned something.
We're good. Thank you. No, stay there because I know some of the people here have questions. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Can I sit here beside you? Is it okay? Okay. Anybody have questions?
Yes.
You were talking about collaboration, and you've collaborated a lot in your projects.
Mm-hmm.
How do you for creatives where we don't think about paying each other? So how do you tackle that in collaborations, especially if you don't have a grant, it's independent, it's coming from that pure place. Just
Mm-hmm.
wanna make this happen. Yeah.
Oh, depending on the project. Like for example, the musical. Medyo matrabaho yung project na yun eh. So I had to really look for funding for that. Tapos hati-hati, ganon. Whatever you come up with. Like in terms of yung book naman, yung graphic novel, si Bon is my publisher, so he's the one who funded my book. And yung isang book ko naman is funded by Blender. So ganon. May usapan na kami, me and the artist, so magkano hatian natin dito. So ganon. Usually. Ano nga ba? What else? I guess yun lang eh. Nasa usapan lang talaga. Paano kayo kikita? Ganon. What's important, I think, is to first get the word out there that you are an artist and that people should know who you are. So, once alam na nila kung sino ka, hahanapin na nila, di ba? Hanapin mo, makita na yung produkto mo na, oh, this person is good. Then they put value to your work. Di ba? Pag nakita na magaling ka, usually that's when, oh, okay, I think that you should price that at a certain amount. And then the value comes in.
Anyone else? Yes.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. I've got interested when you said there's ideas that couldn't make you sleep at night. So, I want to ask you if what is that? What? Can you say one idea that most make you yung hindi talaga nagpatulog sa'yo that you did well?
I think, marami kasi yan depending on ano. Kaya nga sabi nila, like on radio, they would broadcast it na ano, si Kooky doesn't really sleep. Actually, natutulog naman ako. It's just that, it's very erratic. Kasi minsan parang nakaw na lang ako ng tulog. Kasi parang, oh, there's a word. I have to write this down. Minsan I'm in the shower and then I come up with something good, really good, and I have to write it down. So, tapos parang, oh, this would be good for a project. And sometimes I would meet a person randomly. Parang makita ko lang itsura niya. Sabi ko, maybe we should do a project. So parang it's a case-to-case basis actually. It just comes. You know when ideas flow naturally, you get excited about it. It's like you're in love. Parang it's like love at first sight. This is an idea. We have to do this. So you want to pull all your resources and, make it happen. Ganun. Para tayo nagme-mirror, no?
Kooky, we have a question here from Julius.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
I would like to ask, for example, first, how long does it take you to produce, for example, a graphic novel?
Oh, okay.
And second, are there any projects or plans that you tried to push through but realized later on that it might not be worth it, so you shelved it? Have you had any experiences like that?
Okay. Regarding your first question, I work fast. Let's say, but I need a deadline. You have to give me a deadline. Let's say, okay, let's put together a book. Give me a week. I can finish a book in 1 week. Yeah. Because when you're passionate about something, yun yung sinasabi ko even if whether you're a visual artist, you're a writer, whatever discipline you're into, actually mabilis lang yan. I could write a poem in a few seconds. Yun Parang kung hindi mo kayang gawin yun, ibig sabihin, baka hindi yun yung passion mo. That's how I kasi gauge it How passionate are you about something? And then, mas madali it just comes naturally. It flows. So yun, okay, with my albums, yung pinaka-recent na ginawa ko, because Pilipinas on Jam 88.3 album, actually, we only recorded for 4 days, that fast, 4 days, and then we did the mixdown and mastering for 2 days straight. After a month, we released the album, that fast. And it involves a lot of people, from the tech to like the people who recorded. Ganun lang. It's just a matter of scheduling things. And then with the graphic novel naman, actually, medyo kasi si Direct B, he was here earlier. Yung first graphic novel na sinulat ko, he gave me 6 months lead time for it. But I did not write up until the last minute. As in, 1 month deadline na lang, Kooky, ilo-launch natin yan at Comic-Con. That's what he told me. Okay, so October and then Comic-Con was November ata. Yeah, November. So 1 month ko, sinulat ko siya in 1 day. And then the artist drew everything in a week. And then tapos na yung project, just like that. So may 1 month lead time kami. Tapos yung printing, parang the day before, lumabas sa printing. In time for Comic-Con. So, medyo ganun ako, last minute ako mag-produce kasi ng mga bagay ko. So, that's why I tell for example, my publishers, I tell them, bigyan mo ako ng mas mabilis na deadline because I work well that way. So, yun. Tapos pag ano naman, yung isang question mo naman about a project na natulog, meron akong isang project na gustong-gusto kong gawin. It's a graphic novel also. Pero parang natamad akong gawin siya kasi parang alam mo yung feeling na hindi nagtutugma lahat yung scheduling mo. And then, parang hindi yata meant na i-release. Kasi there's always a time for everything. Pero parang pag ayoko na it left a bad taste in my mouth. So parang I didn't want to produce it anymore. So I guess pag hindi talaga siya meant na ma-release, hindi siya lalabas eh. So far, yung projects ko naman, siya, kumikita naman. Yun.
Hi.
Hello.
My name is Nikki.
Hi.
I'm a singer-songwriter, and you've done so many things that I want to do with my life too one day.
Yay.
So I'm really very inspired. But I wanted to ask, how do you manage, doing like the business side and the management and all the logistical things with the actual art itself? Because right now I'm working on an album and I'm spending so much time preparing for like the album cycle and the music video and doing I'm doing like all this like logistical technical stuff. And when I'm done with my day, it's like 1 in the morning and I'm too tired to actually practice singing or practice the guitar or write new songs. And it's hard because I feel like I'm working so much on releasing this art thing, but in doing that I feel like I'm losing touch with the actual working on the art itself. And so how do you balance those two things?
I as much as I love deadlines, I love multitasking as well. It's just a matter of scheduling. Like on a given day, how many hours are you gonna record? Like for example, you're gonna record let's say on a Monday for 3 hours. After that, what are you gonna do with your time? So it's just a matter of scheduling everything. Like syempre logistics. How are you gonna promote? Who you should talk to? Yung ganun. If you need help with scheduling, I can help you with that. We can do it fast.
you.
I could give you, but if you want to finish your album, I'll give you like yung 1 month calendar mo. I can finish that for you.
Oh my God.
So yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Nawawalan kasi ako ng gana pag parang if I don't work fast. So
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Can I just ask one question actually
Okay.
to kind of ground, because we are here to talk about how we raise funds, etc., for the things that we do, our creative pursuits, and you were talking a lot about different social commentary pieces or political pieces, right? And I would imagine that it's a bit harder to raise funding for those kinds of pieces or projects.
Oh, I don't do political.
What's your mindset? Or I think you don't completely, like none, even though, because some of them feel a bit more,
Oh, it's about love.
they're all about love. But then the pieces and then the things that you say, and like their titles seem a bit political, sorry.
It's thought provoking, but I don't really talk about anything political. I am related to a political family, so yeah.
Ah,
We're not
okay.
gonna-
Psycho was telling me a while ago, maybe you could talk about some people or organizations that they could approach for funding, or people that you think would be great for them to collaborate with, if you have any suggestions for...
Okay, it depends what you need exactly. Is it an album? Are you going to produce an album? Are you going to produce a book? Do you need a publisher? Do you need a record company to help you out? It depends. Siguro name one. I don't know. What do you need exactly?
We're doing this Echoes, a music prod.
Okay.
And it's like Tiny Desk Concert. That's our vision for it. We've been doing a lot of videos, and hopefully we get like funding for it. So for example, how do we any recommendations like for an organization who can support that kind of project? Echoes,
Okay.
So Echoes is a platform for actually poets and musicians to perform, express themselves, not to entertain a crowd, but to just express who they are. So we've been recording. We've recorded, I think, 12 videos.
Okay.
So, yeah, you did Thinking
Thinking
Man's
Man's
Classroom
Classroom.
before. So, any recommendations? Yeah.
Okay, naiisip ko lang kasi, like, you're saying you're recording. Is the studio free? Maybe you could get X deal. So that's how I usually work around my projects. Get a free recording studio. It's mostly resource based than monetary. So kung makukuha mo siya ng gano'n, ng libre, why not, 'di ba? Or if you could get other people's services for free in exchange of, let's say you promote them, di ganon, it's a pa rin synergy, collaboration of sorts.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so my question is about establishing your identity as a new artist and at the same time trying to make money. So, for example, me, like I'm a new writer, and you mentioned a while ago it's important to put your art out there so
yes.
people can find you. I was wondering if I used to write for a website that paid per article, but they own the copyrights. Is it better to put your work out there bit by bit to gain publicity, but they own the copyrights? Or should you compile your work and aim for something higher, like an anthology or a book?
Okay, why don't you just be a blogger? Diba? Produce your own and do it on the side. Because you need that extra cash anyway. So sabayin mo yung project mo. So work for them and do your own thing at the same time.
Thank you.
I think we have room for one last question. Is that okay? One last question, guys. Yes.
For me, I can very much relate to your energy. How do you describe when you get so excited about a project? But sometimes I get into a problem that I work so hard for so long that I get sick for quite a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my problem. And also, like, I also want to ask a question about scheduling, because sometimes I also try to have a strict schedule, but maybe it relates to your story about the 6 months deadline for writing but sometimes you just don't feel it sticking to your schedule, and you feel bad about yourself not sticking to that schedule, and you end up beating yourself and not doing anything productive. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, first, I do have a very strange relationship with food. I get sick sometimes too, pero I don't know, siguro yung energy ko is more than enough for me to keep going. And then second, wait, ano nga yung second question mo?
You set a strict schedule, then you find out while working that you don't really feel like working. Then you beat yourself up. I cannot stick to this schedule. Then
Mood swings. Okay. That's interesting. Pero ako kasi parang I like fighting it off. Parang I like going against the grain. I mean, against all odds. Parang whatever other people say, I don't care. I'm gonna do this. This is what I want. So siguro it's a change of mindset, really. Yung how much do you want this? Diba? How much do like in love life siguro, how much do you love this person? What are you willing to do for this person? Diba? So parang ganun in treating your project. Parang naniniwala kasi ito natutunan ko to sa isang singer. She was asked this question. So paano, kasi she's very famous. So paano ka nagstay? Kasi yung longevity niya bilang artist, bilang musician. Tapos, naniwala lang ako sa sarili ko. That's what she said. So, ibig sabihin, that's all you need in life. You have to believe in yourself. Diba? It has to start from within para mas makita ng ibang tao. Mag-manifest siya. Because if you believe in yourself, then other people will believe in you.
But because she created this, pwede, di ba?
Yeah.
Sorry. So, I think, it keeps on coming up, yung like, time management, scheduling, logistics. How do you set your priorities? You're doing a lot of things. So I think when you schedule, it's about setting priorities. And do you use an app Google Cal, ganon. Yeah, these things, very practical.
Okay. I'm very old school. Even
Nothing
up
wrong
to
in
this
that.
day and age, I still use index cards. So, ganun ako. Pero, yun nga, well, lately, I use my phone. I have a Mac, but I don't really use it much. Except for watching movies. Kasi mas ano ko, mas organic. Let's say I come up with an idea. I talk to a trusted friend about it. Okay, this is what I want to do. Do you think it's possible? Can I finish this in 1 week? Let's say that's my targeted deadline. Kaya naman. So let's say sabihin kaya, o di gagawin ko na. Yung ganun, I will not wait. I will start calling people. No, I don't like phone calls. I will start texting people. And then yun na, gagawin ko na yung project. Kasi pag natulog ako at hindi ko siya, ginawa ko siya pa the following day, matatamad ako. So, yun lang.
Okay, I think we're good. No more. Pwede po? Pwede po ba? Pwede po ba?
Pero pwede niyo rin ako kausapin mamaya.
Yes, actually, is that okay, guys? So that we can, give enough time as well for the rest of our speakers. Is that okay? It's okay. It's okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Kooky. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pero wag kayo sabay-sabay Don't come in as a group because like I said, I get overwhelmed. So one at a time or two at a time. Thank you.
Yes, she did give a disclaimer. Social anxiety daw. So,
Yeah.
socially awkward. Okay, so thank you very
Thank you.
much.